Hello, and welcome back to another episode of the Next Level Her podcast. I'm your girl, Pauline, and this is a space where real journeys, real growth, and real you come to life, personally, professionally, and spiritually. Y'all, I am so excited you're here today with me because we're talking about something that is at the core of every dream, every goal, every success story you've ever heard, and that's taking action. Yep, taking action. So, the title of today's episode is Ready, Set, Action. Not ready, set, go. Ready, set, action. Because it's really not enough to just get ready, it's not just enough to set up. The breakthrough happens when you move. So let's get into this episode, okay? So let's take a look at what action really is. Sometimes I think we can complicate it, but action is really simple. Action is movement. It is energy in motion. It's doing something big or small that moves you closer to where you want to go. That's all it is. Sometimes action can feel difficult, but it's really simple. Too often, we think action has to be some huge dramatic thing, like quitting your job on the spot. Well, I did quit my job, not on the spot. I gave them 2 weeks notice, but I did quit my job. But it doesn't have to be quitting your job on the spot or launching a 6-figure business overnight, which I hope y'all know there's no overnight success, right? Okay, just making sure. But action is just about moving. That's all. It's just about moving and taking strides, taking a step. It could be making a call. It could be sending that email, taking that class you've always been talking about or thinking about, saying yes to yourself. All of that is action. Every major transformation starts with something very small, but the thing is, it started. That's it. It started. So let's look at action as the antidote, right? Here's the real truth, y'all. Action cures a lot of things, if you ask me. Because when I look at my own life and I see how me taking action has helped me in a lot of ways, I'm like, baby, action is the cure, it's the antidote, okay? So action can cure procrastination. So if you're someone who struggles with procrastination, just take action. Y'all know I've been working on discipline. I'm working on it, y'all. So I'm reading this book on discipline, and it talks a lot about procrastination. And by the time I was done reading the book, I'll have to do a separate episode about discipline and what I've learned in the book. But by the time I was done, it was pretty much to cure procrastination, just take action right away. Don't put it off, just take action right away. It also cures regret, fear, laziness, depression, and yes, y'all, even sin. Let me break those down for a little bit for you, okay? Because some of y'all are like, girl, what you talking about? So when you think about procrastination, when you start moving, even if it's just something simple, even if it's imperfect, you break the cycle of I'll do it tomorrow. Because if you do it now, you won't have to worry about, I'll do it tomorrow. Because procrastination is just putting something off that you're avoiding doing. And I do that a lot, y'all, especially if I'm not in the mood. I do it a lot. But it doesn't have to be that way. If you just take action right away, then you won't have to worry about, I'll do it tomorrow. Okay? And when I talk about that, it cures regret. Action today prevents regret tomorrow. So if you take action today, you won't have to worry about, oh man, I regret not doing this yesterday because now I'm overwhelmed, because now I'm this, because now I'm that, right? So action today prevents regret tomorrow. Every step you take builds a life you're proud of. And so That will eliminate regret, okay? Also, action cures fear. Fear cannot hold you hostage if you are busy moving forward. You hear me? If you keep moving, fear cannot hold you down. Now, you might still feel some type of fear, but if you keep moving, what fear going to do? Fear is not going to win because you're going to be moving. And the more you move, the less fear, the more you leave fear behind. So you won't feel it as deeply as you do in that moment. But if you keep moving forward, you're leaving fear behind. Action also cures laziness. Taking the first step usually energizes your body, energizes your mind to take the next one. So if you're moving, like, man, when I tell y'all mornings be so difficult for me sometimes, just to get up and get ready and go to work, sometimes it can be so difficult. But once I tell myself, all right, Pauline, get up. And once I sit up and I put both feet down, I have to get moving. So I cannot sit in my slump if I'm feeling any kind of way. If I just take that step, I'm on the go. But movement energizes you anyway. So you look forward to that movement. Have y'all ever been like watching TV all day and your body just feels so limp? Your body just feels so drained. You feel like, oh my God, I can barely move. And then when you've been sitting in a position for such a long time, you get up and your hips and your bones and everything is like, girl, what are you doing? Maybe it's just me. But sometimes I'm like, let me get up and move, okay, to put some energy in my body because, baby, this feeling does not feel right, okay? And when you think about depression, sometimes now, I'm not saying, action going to cure all level of depression, but there are certain different levels of depression. And sometimes simply getting up and doing something, anything, starts to shift the heaviness that you feel that comes with depression. I know for me, when I'm in my depressed mode, sometimes I have to, y'all heard my previous episode about depression. I have to talk to myself to get myself going and moving. And when I do finally get up and do something, I can just feel like the weight, that heaviness starts kind of shedding away. So it really does help. And yes, y'all, for sin, okay, when you take action, when you're moving towards your purpose and growth, you leave less room for things that will pull you off your track, such as sin. So, when you are constantly moving and taking action, it leaves little room for sin. So, when it comes to movement, it makes it difficult for sin to get you off your track or hold you down. When you are actually building, creating, and learning and helping somebody, you naturally step into who you were meant to be. Like, I love creating. I love it when I'm building and learning and helping people. I just light up. I like something inside of me just, it's like that little girl inside of me just be jumping up for joy because I just truly enjoy it because naturally we want to be that little girl that God created, right? So every time you do something that feels like it's drawing you closer to that, it feels so great. I love it. And here's the thing, y'all. There are so many byproducts to taking action. There's so many byproducts to taking action. Now, action doesn't just fix things, y'all. It produces things as well. It helps you to grow. When you take action consistently, you start to build things in yourself. You start to become more disciplined. Y'all, I told y'all I've been reading the book on discipline, and it's been helping because it's helping me to build myself up. It's helping me to have a different mindset. And with discipline, because you're teaching yourself to follow through, it helps you to build confidence in yourself. Action also helps you with resilience. It produces resilience in you because you're learning how to keep going when it gets tough. And baby, when it gets tough, sometimes it's hard to keep going, but when you take action, it's like it builds on. It helps you to be more and more resilient. Clarity, it gives you clarity when you take action. Because clarity doesn't come from thinking, it comes from doing. So when you're unsure about something, when you're not confident about something, or you're just questioning something, sometimes simply just taking action is going to help give you clarity. Because when you take action, you're actually doing process of elimination. When you take action, you'll be able to see, oh, okay, this was good, this wasn't, let me try something else, and so forth. So action gives you so much clarity because you're moving and you're doing and you're getting answers, whether good or bad, you're getting answers. And in that process, you're getting feedback as well. So action gives you lots of clarity. And once you've gotten that discipline, built that resilience, you've gotten the clarity, action gives you confidence. Confidence to be able to stand and look back and be like, ooh, I did that. Because every step forward reminds you that you can. Sometimes when I be thinking something so hard and I take action, and then I look back, I'm like, oh, okay, it wasn't as bad as I thought it would be. It wasn't as hard as I thought it would be. So action gives you confidence in the things that you thought that you wouldn't have confidence in. Like for me, y'all, if y'all have been listening to my podcast, y'all know I've been stepping out of my comfort zone a whole lot, okay? And there are a lot of things I'm insecure about, especially when it comes to speaking. And I know y'all be like, what you talking about speaking? You got a YouTube channel, you got podcasts. Y'all, it's different when you're speaking in front of people. It's different. But I've been able to just keep taking steps forward, even when I'm scared, even when I'm nervous, even when I'm insecure. I still take steps forward. And just by me taking steps and taking action, it gives me confidence to keep doing it. And it encourages me to keep doing it. So action, baby, you want to upgrade to the next level, just start by taking action, okay? And like I said, action does not have to be this big old grandiose thing. Just keep it simple. You might think you need to wait until you feel confident to take action, but it's actually the other way around. Like I told y'all, because I took action, it helped build my confidence. But you have to take action to be able to have that. And when you do all those things, the result of action is so many things: hope, faith, resilience, opportunity, growth mindset. And we can go into that and break it down. So what happens when you take action and really make it a habit? They say action leads to success. Well, not all actions. It depends on what type of actions you're taking. But if you're taking good actions, positive actions to a certain goal, if you have a goal and all that stuff and you're taking action, it is going to help you achieve that goal. And once you achieve that goal, success is different for everybody. But if you have this goal to lose weight and you're taking these little steps to get to that place, and you drop some pounds, that's success. So yes, action does lead to positive action, good action, goal-oriented actions will lead to success. It's really the small series of actions that compound over time that is going to help you to look back and see like, whoa, I've done it. I did it. And then you'll be able to see how successful you are or were in something. Okay, making action a habit will result in hope because moving gives you something to believe in. Going back to the workout, if you're trying to lose weight, you're working out, you're running and all this other stuff, and you start dropping a few pounds here and there. Every week you shedding off some pounds. You're like, oh, okay. Your hope starts to build, and not just hope. faith. Your faith gets stronger because you start to trust that you were made for this. You were made to be thin. You were made to be successful. You were made to be a speaker. You were made to be fill in the blank, you know? So I know for me, every time I do something, it builds my faith. Also, it helps with building your resilience because you get stronger every time you get back up. Opportunities, taking action results in opportunities because doors open up for those who show up. Haven't I been talking to y'all about showing up? Haven't I been sharing with y'all how I've been able to show up and do different things and meet incredible people? And that opened doors for other opportunities. So yes, taking action lead to amazing opportunities if you show up. And taking action helps with a growth mindset because you start to see setbacks as setups for comebacks, okay? And I always say, I don't believe in failure. You just have to have the right mindset because everything was intended, whether good or bad, was intended for you at that time so you can learn and grow. And at the end of the day, when you take action, you win. No matter what, you win. Because it's not about being perfect. It's not about starting perfect. It's not about having all the tools, having all these things to be perfect, but it's really just about showing up, trying, learning, growing, and keeping it moving. That's all you have to do, keeping it moving. So action is going to help you. I feel like action has helped me in all areas of life, really. And you're not going to win by wishing. You win by working. You win by doing. So just keep showing up, keep doing, and keep taking steps, and you're going to win in whatever it is that you have set for yourself. So some practical things you can do as I wrap up is just this week. You can just focus on this week or focus on today alone. Pick one action step, just one. What is one thing that you can do to help you to be actionable, okay? To take action toward whatever it is. Something you've been, whatever it is. Is it something you've been thinking about? Is it something you know you need to do? If you can think of that, just do it. Whether it's sending an email, signing up for a class, recording a video. For me, my action step today was recording this podcast, making that call, applying for that job for some of you, starting the business plan for some of you, getting a mentor for some of you, going to the gym, writing that first page of that book you've been talking about. What are you going to do today? Okay? Take some action. It doesn't matter if it's small. What matters is that you move, you took a step, and you took action. So, I hope that helps. I've been enjoying taking action. I'm not always excited about it, but I've been enjoying it because I can see that next level, her just evolving. I see it. And I'm believing in it for the next level, her, okay? I'm believing in the next level, Pauline. Are you believing in the next level, you? Are you believing? All you got to do is take some action, okay? If you're having a hard time believing, take some actions and that belief will come. You will get that hope. You will get that encouragement. Y'all already know. I already talked about all the stuff you can get just by taking action. So remember, you don't have to be perfect. Perfection is not a requirement for anything. Just get started. You don't have to have all the answers. Trust me, I don't always have all the answers. A lot of times I'm just winging it, and I'm completely okay with that because as I wing it, I figure things out, I get clarity, and I keep it moving. So you don't have to be perfect. You don't have to have all the answers. You just have to start. And I love it. As I was preparing for this episode, I was looking at the word start, and in the word start is the word art. So you can see the art within. I know it's corny. Leave me alone. I know it's corny. I know I'm a little corny, but I saw that. I was like, oh, okay, yes. Because when we start, we create art. Okay. So get started. Because I know some of y'all got some art pieces for those artistic people out there. Y'all got some pieces y'all been sitting on. So go ahead and create it. Okay. So ready, set, action for you this week. Take action, okay? Thank you so much for rocking with me today. If this episode encouraged you, share it with a friend, leave a review, and don't forget to tag me, y'all. I would love to hear what actions you're taking this week, so let me know. Until next time, keep moving forward while growing, glowing, and becoming her. Talk soon.